Welcome back to the program. So, Dr. Bernstein is here for all of you. Dr. Bernstein's in the house right now. So, let's talk about tonight. Obviously, we know that Zoran Mandani more than likely stole his election. I doubt that many people actually supported a communist, although New York is pretty bright blue. And so he has won. And he now is going to be the mayor of New York. And he thinks that he's going to be able to destroy New York the way that he has envisioned, or the way that the DSA has envisioned. So we'll get to that here in a second. Of course, the far left radical leftist Abigail Spanberger also won in Virginia, quite handedly, actually, against Winsome Sears. So Virginia is going back from Glenn Youngkin to a Democrat. Is this a shock? Not really, because for the most part, Virginia has been not only blue for decades, but they have had one right after another. I mean, Glenn Youngkin was the fluke that there was even a Republican governor. And so I'm not shocked by that result. New Jersey's a little bit different because New Jersey, Jack Ciarelli, should have won this race. The internals in the campaign were 1.5% to 4%, that he was either within or possibly even leading a little bit. But of course, the leftist scum in New Jersey had to call in 7 bomb threats in some of the most red counties in the state, proving once again that Democrats can't win elections unless they use intimidation, violence, or cheating, which of course they did in this case. So New Jersey, you deserve what you get. I hope your taxes get even higher. I hope anyone that voted in New Jersey, in particular my old home state and stomping grounds, loses their homes because they can't afford their taxes anymore. That's right. I hope it happens. Okay? Now, the other part of this was this psychotic attorney general, this Jay Jones, who was today caught kicking a dog, believe it or not. Yes, I know. Killing Republicans wasn't enough. Now he has to actually kick dogs as well. So imagine that. But I want you to think of something else. I want you to think of the attack ads that will be running by the RNC and the Republicans in these midterms. Democrats are so radical that they support Kilmar, Obrigo, whatever, Burritos Garcia, and they actually want to keep him in the country, and they want to get rid of everybody else, right? And so they want him back into the country, an MS-13 gang member. Think of the ads for that. Or how about Democrats are so radical that they actually went and voted for an attorney general who fantasized about killing all Republicans. So there is some silver lining here, and there's even more silver lining that I'm going to get to. Those are really the crux of everything right now. But I want to kind of talk to you all about something else, okay? This was not a macrocosm. This was a microcosm. This is not the way the entire country is feeling. This is not, oh my God, the roof is falling, the sky is falling, Republicans are not popular, Republicans are going to get wiped out in the midterms. We cannot even have any of that thought process right now because it's not true. Now, why is it not true? Well, because New Jersey, bright blue state. New York City, bright blue city. Virginia, now, bright blue state. Okay? So this was basically expected. Now, the left, they're going to run around saying, see, it's turning, the tides are turning. You're going to hear it all on the media. I guarantee it. As I'm sitting here doing this, recording this, I can guarantee you that it's going to be nothing but glowing. Everyone hates Republicans. This was a repudiation of President Trump. Listen closely to the media in the next few days. You will literally hear those words. This was a repudiation against ICE. It was a repudiation against President Trump. I guarantee you're going to hear that. But none of it is true. And that's why we call them prostitutes. So let's think about this. Our map is getting bigger. Their map is getting smaller. It is contracting. over time. You want proof? Okay, here it is. Ohio. That was the bellwether. However the country voted is how the election worked out. Whoever won Ohio won the election, right? It was that for years, hundreds of years, literally hundreds of years. Have you seen Ohio lately? Okay? President Trump +8. Even in 2020, +8. It wasn't even a swing state until 2012, I guess. Maybe 16. So Ohio's no longer in play for them. We own Ohio. That's why Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be the next governor. But it goes further than that. Iowa. Iowa was won by Barack Obama in 2008. And I believe also in 2012. Okay? Iowa went 14 points for President Trump this last election. In 2020, it went, I think, 7 or 8 points. So Iowa is no longer a swing state. Gone. See you later. No more swing state in Iowa. North Carolina. President Trump won 2016, 2020, and 2024. North Carolina is no longer a swing state, okay? It is no longer a swing state. Florida, the bellwether of Florida. Oh my God, how many elections did you watch throughout history in your lives? I know I have. Well, it all comes down to Florida. It's neck and neck. We'll see if Corridor 4 in this area of Florida comes in, and we'll see. Florida's not in play anymore. Not even close. What was it, a 10, 11, 12-point win for President Trump? He won again in 2020. Huge. He won in 2016. Florida's not in play anymore. Their map is getting smaller. Our map is getting larger, okay? It's getting much larger. Now, President Trump needs to get into 2 states with ICE. Forget New York. Let it suffer. Let it fester. Let him screw it up. Leave it alone. Don't even go in there. Go into New Jersey. That's right. Go into the Garden State and clean out New Jersey. In Passaic County, in, I don't know, there's so many counties. I guess parts of Middlesex County, even Union County for that matter. Go into, what's the other county? There's so many of them. Down the shore, all those counties are gross and disgusting. Get rid of the crime. Go into Newark, New Jersey. Go into Camden, New Jersey. Go into Ewing, New Jersey. Go into Patterson. Go into Bayonne. Go into Lodi. Go into, I don't know. I mean, there's so many terrible, horrible neighborhoods. Hillside, Maplewood, East Orange. West Orange is the only nice one. Orange. Go into those areas. Clean it all out. Okay? Clean it all out. That's what you need to do. And then New Jersey has a shot in 2026 and 2028. The next thing, Minnesota. Minnesota needs to be the #1 state to go into. I would send as many ICE agents as possible into Minneapolis, Minnesota, and St. Paul, and especially go in to what we call Little Mogadishu, which is the St. Paul, Minneapolis area, which is just infested, and I'll use those words, infested with Somali Muslims, okay? Clean it all up. Clean them all out, okay? That's what you need to do, and then I'd go into Dearbornistan, all right? Because that's the next problem. You go into Dearbornistan, Michigan, clear it all out. That's what you need to do. And then you got to take denaturalization serious. And who better than a legal immigrant Secretary of State from Cuba to do it? You can denaturalize so many of these people in this country. It's ridiculous, okay? It is absolutely ridiculous. Now, let me go through a couple of things here, okay? For denaturalization. So, let me see here. Where is it? Right there. There it is. Okay. So, let me explain why almost every member that is Muslim in Congress qualifies, number one. And, of course, Zoran the Moron, he qualifies as well. So listen to this, okay? Primary grounds for denaturalization are as follows. Number one, anyone here that has illegally procured their naturalization occurring in any individual that was never actually eligible for naturalization at the time it was granted because they did not meet one or more of the statutory requirements. This can be due to failing to meet residency requirements, or perhaps physical residency requirements, or, as in Ilhan Omar's case, lying on the N-400 immigration forms. Have you ever been close to or associated with a totalitarian regime? No? Well, you're a liar. Okay? Number two, not being lawfully admitted for permanent resident status, meaning what? Entering the country illegally or obtaining their green card through fraud. So anyone here illegally, yes, they can be denaturalized if they were somehow given a green card or even a fake green card under the Auto Pen administration. They can be denaturalized and thrown out of the country. Okay? Number three, lacking good moral character. Well, this one's pretty broad-based. I would say anyone that breaks into a country illegally without coming through the front door pretty much qualifies for not having good moral character. Okay? During the required period prior to naturalization, due to undisclosed criminal activities, war crimes, human rights violations, or big old OR, or affiliations with certain prohibited organizations, i.e. terrorist groups. Okay? We are talking Hamas, CARE, Hezbollah, Boko Haram, ISIS, Muslim Brotherhood, Antifa, and now, hopefully, soon, maybe, if we're lucky, and I can get President Trump's attention, the DSA. Now, all of a sudden, you're attached to terrorist organizations. Denaturalization, get out of the country, okay? So, wanted to point that out as well. Number four, failing to demonstrate attachment to the principles of the United States Constitution. That one's pretty easy because they're all anti-American, right? And in cases of illegal procurement, denaturalization can occur even if there was no willful misrepresentation or an intent to deceive. Let me repeat that. Denaturalization can still be legal and still can occur even if there was no willful misrepresentation or any intent to deceive. Well, all I can say is let the mass denaturalizations begin, because that's what needs to happen. You can stop so much of this garbage just by doing that. And you know what? This also brings me to this. This is another reason why we've got to clean up our elections. We've got to make sure that these people are gone. We have to basically become the Gestapo, but for a good cause, which is what? Getting rid of people that are not supposed to be in this country by force. By force, no matter what means necessary. You know, they want to call us fascists all the time. Hell, why don't we live up to their expectations, okay? But do it in a good way. Get rid of these people in our country. And if we don't do it, well, we might be having a different conversation come November of 2026. But we've got plenty of time, and I believe at some point here, they're going to reopen the government. And when they do, I believe things are going to start getting better, and they're going to get better pretty quick, probably early to mid 2026. The problem with this shutdown is it kicked the clock back 2 to 3 months on all my predictions. Because I was thinking January, February 2026, look out, best economy ever. Now I'm looking at June, July, honestly. And that's scary, because that means we're not going to have that many months of a great economy. Hopefully it'll be enough, because remember, people vote with this. And if the economy's doing well, and we're removing all these people, and everything is good and the economy's going and growing and the stock market's doing good and we're booming, we're bringing business back, gas prices are low, rents are low, mortgage rates go down, all these things are happening, they're not going to win these midterms at all. And we've got to make sure that we stop them from cheating. That is the most important thing. So we've got plenty of time. I don't want to see any sad faces. I don't want anyone to buy into the prostitute bullshit media narratives out there. Just calm down, take a deep breath, watch me, okay? And I'll let you know now and in the future whether or not there's anything to be worried about. But right now, this is nothing to be worried about. This was a microcosm, not a macrocosm. Those are my thoughts. What are yours? Put them down in the comments below. We'll see you in the next one.